time, Juggernaut!
Spider sense is tingling.
Hello and welcome to Perry Pencil. To all newcomers, subscribe now and be alerted whenever I upload a new video. Hello, this is Perry Pencil. I know it's been a while since my last video. I'm very excited to be back. You may or may not know, I have been extremely busy helping families get their packages, making FedEx deliveries. Having said that, the title of this video is How to Draw Scorpion's Face Mask from Mortal Kombat 11. Before I start this video, I want to wish everyone well during these difficult times. And remember to stay healthy. Wash your hands, do everything that you're supposed to do. I truly hope this video helps pass the time. I got this idea from pitching the idea to my children. I told them I was bored with these face masks I had to wear while delivering. So I created Scorpion's face mask from Mortal Kombat 10, which only took me 45 minutes. I want to briefly address the Mortal Kombat animated feature film Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge. The trailer is simply amazing, to put it short. I love everything about it. I'm going to go off topic just for a moment. I have a very dear childhood friend who happens to own the film. Hey, what's up, Ern? We really need to get together and do a review of this. I mean, we go all the way back to '96 when it was just Mortal Kombat Trilogy, the early days. Well, we really gotta hook up to do this video where me and you sit and just do a review on it. What do you think? I'll be in touch. Now back to the video. This for me here is true fan service, as we get to see each character in their respective places in the actual animation. If you look here with these nice cuts in the trailer, you have Johnny Cage. I mean, the design of him is just great. Shang Tsung, and of course, Big Bad Goro. I mean, come on. He's just like from the movie, but better. We gotta check this out, guys. And this right here, if this doesn't grab you, nothing will. Okay, so as this portion of the video goes, you see me here now applying kind of like a brush tool onto the face mask here, what I call a painter. Kind of giving you a brief understanding of what I'm doing here. I'm working off of a drawing that I set up beforehand so that when I do this portion of it, it just makes sense. I don't have to do too much guessing. And you know, as you can see, Scorpion's mask has multi lines, if you will, overlapping lines, kind of like the skull look with the nostrils and all that kind of stuff going on. And so I drew it in a way that will work for the mask. So this is just to let some of you know who are very particular about Scorpion's mask, down to the last line, the cross section of every T being crossed or whatever. Just to let you know, I'm customizing these masks in a way that it works for me. I hate to be repetitive, but what I'm really saying is that I'm not going for an exact replica of the original design. What I am doing is getting a likeness going and just having fun. And I'm going to keep reiterating that in these videos for younger children who may like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat 11. It just says, hey, Perry Pencil is doing it in a way that I can follow it and it looks simplistic enough that I can do it. Again, when I do these videos, it's simply for teaching purposes only, not to be competitive. And I want to evoke that in all the artists that come to my channel. One of the things that I found out being more effective than anything is your attitude and things like that. So here on out, what you'll hear me promoting on my channel is positivity and evoking the I can do spirit or attitude, not being discouraged because someone does this or that better, or their lines might be cleaner. There's a little bit of things that someone may do that's different from somebody else, and it's neither here nor there, because there's all kinds of different styles and things like that that may take place when doing stuff like this. So back to the point is that if you see here, I've actually went on ahead and did this to match the game. Alright, so everyone, I just kind of want to show you what I'm working with here. And just to let you know right out of the gate, what I'm using is actually from my, kind of like it was supplies around my house. And, you know, when it comes to coloring these masks, honestly, you can use Crayola markers if you want to use yellow or something like that. But I just kind of wanted to show you what I'm working with for the specific video with Scorpion's face mask. I'll pull each one of these up just so you see. It's kind of messy here, so excuse me. I have, if you can see it here, it's called the Blick Student Tempera. So more than likely, like again, this is like school children's supply. It's nothing like I went out to a specific art store and got something really grand. Just grab some stuff from around the house. So if you have, you know, maybe you can show your parents this video. Let me get this in the light for you. And you can kind of tell them, hey, could you maybe use your supplies or something like that. Blick Student Tempera, this is white. In case you make mistakes, you can kind of go over white before you actually paint it, whatever color you're going to paint the face mask. Now here, right here, this is black liquid food coloring. Let me put that in the light so you can see that a little better. And again, this was in you know, the children's school supply. And just to let you know, I got permission from my kids. They thought it was cute that I would use their stuff. Again, as I'm busy, I don't have time to go out to the store or you know, just use what's around the house. Like, that's just my advice to you, and so that you don't kind of freak out about how you're going to get supplies. Just use what's around the house. If you notice, I have my hands covered here so I don't make a mess all over my hands. That's if you can get your hands on some gloves or something like that. Now, just like I stated before, this is the previous mask that was done with Mortal Kombat 10 Scorpion's face mask here. As you can see, I used this this Tempera Student yellow. All right, and as you can see, this is what I sketched for Scorpion's Mortal Kombat 11 version. As you can see, here's already drawn onto the face mask here. And you see, I used just regular marker, thin marker, nothing, you know, really that deep. And so what I'm planning to do, guys, is I'm going to use this yellow again. Now, you may look at the video game and say, well, you know, Perry Pencil, the mask is gold. To be honest with you, I don't have a gold color, so I'll improvise, and both these masks will just pretty much be yellow, okay? It's pretty much, for me, just a likeness. I'm not going for an exact movie replica, if you will, or I'm not trying to make this the type of video where it's something like, oh, you know, I'm trying to impress someone to say, oh, this could be shot in a movie. It's just surely for arts and crafts and fun for you guys. Just thought you would get a kick out of this this type of stuff. So I'm doing this video because I've been wearing these masks, and I've been getting a lot of response out of them when I drive through the neighborhood doing FedEx, and people think they're cool. All right, now over here we have 3 different brush sizes. Okay, just grab some brushes. Again, I will encourage to let you know that these aren't any specific kind of brushes, special or something like that. There's 3 different sizes and run really small here. And then again, like I said before, I use markers to get the detail going on. So I plan on touching these up, and I'll probably show you at some point in the videos to kind of make them look a little sharper and things like that. I have my cup here, which is a regular cup, Dixie cup here. Pour your paint into it. You don't add water. Okay, don't need water added because it's not a watercolor type situation. These masks are very textual. The texture surface is different. It's not plastic or something like that where you can paint. As you can see, it kind of starts to fuzz up a little bit. So that's just what this duration of the video. I wanted to let you know what I use and why I use it, and just so that you can get an understanding of the process. All right, here I have my setup. As you can see, I'm going to be using yellow paint. And once you get the yellow paint into the cup, you just simply paint right onto the face mask, as you see me doing here. It's not a whole lot of science to it, if you will. Just speaking that way, just letting you know that it's not complicated like you may think. If you see me here, I'm just simply applying the yellow paint onto the face mask, and you can actually paint over the ink lines. If you have something dark, just make sure that it's strong enough that where it's not opaque. Opaque just simply means you can't see through or see the lines. If you see here, I'm painting directly onto the face mask, and you're able to see all of the detail of Scorpion's MK11 mask. And that's the main point here. Have fun, apply the paint, don't overthink it, don't overprocess it. As you see me doing here, I'm getting this done in pretty decent time. To be honest with you, the realistic estimated time of that it took for me to do this wasn't no more than probably about a good 10 to 12 minutes. But sped up, of course, time lapse for the purpose of the video, so you don't have to see me paint and bore you to death with the painting process. Of course, once you get this completed, you can sit it out and let it dry. It doesn't take no more than about, I'd say maybe a good 10 to 20 minutes. Alright, at this point it's ready to be dried. Alright, the face mask is dried. As you see here, I'm showing you the pens that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to be going over with like a paintbrush for the broader spaces. As you can see here, I'm using like a paintbrush to get the nostril portion of the skull on Scorpion's MK11 mask. Now, as you can see here, you don't have to be particularly careful. Just make sure you try and stay in the lines like it's a coloring book. Yes, I'm being very simplistic because it's the easiest way to be. Once done, I'm going to sit this down now. I'm going to go ahead and get a smaller brush. And I'm going to go ahead on and apply that. And the smaller brush pretty much just gives a little bit better strokes in terms of the thin quality that I'm giving. And when it's too thick, it bleeds a little bit. As you can see there, it's not the cleanest. But again, I'm not being particular about it because the point is just to get a likeness going on here. So it's kind of difficult to be super clean, and it's not like a regular piece of paper. It's kind of almost like watercolor paper, where I don't know if some of you guys are familiar with watercolor paper. It bubbles up, you have to add water and it bubbles up, and it's not, you can't have a straight line on there. So that's kind of how it is on this kind of face mask. So I'm just basically saying, definitely forgive yourself and have the liberty to apply these lines on here the best of your ability and not be hard on yourself. If you notice, I'm like kind of going from thin to thick as much as possible, and get it as good as I could possibly get it. And if you notice, you constantly want to rotate the mask or the face mask, only because when you rotate it, just like if you're doing a regular drawing, it gives you a lot better control over what you're doing. I'm constantly rotating this so that when I do the curves and the lines and things like that, it gives me the control that I need while I'm applying the ink. And you will find that this technique is a lot easier for you, so that you're not going crazy trying to figure out why the lines aren't behaving the way you want them to behave. Another tip that I want to give you while I'm thinking about it is feel free to learn to utilize the YouTube video. Learn how to pause the frame and follow what's happening on the video, so that way you can kind of play catch up, and especially when it's time lapse like this. This concludes the video for today's episode on Perry Pencil. Let me know what you think of this new category and my first video of this year. Please continue to be patient. These videos are extremely time consuming, but I love doing them. If this video is received well, for the next video I'll have Captain Cold. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I mean Mr. Freeze. No, I'm sorry again. No, it's my favorite coal-powered character, Sub-Zero. So if y'all give this video a like and show me your support and show me that you really like this video, that's what's going to be coming soon.
Test your might.